Welcome back, guys. Well, today I'm out here in beautiful New Brunswick. I'm out on a camping trip and I wanted to share with you some of the gear that I took with me on the trip that I've really enjoyed working with, and some that I haven't. Stay tuned. So we've been camping in our Mountain Equipment Co-op 3-season tent, and that's awesome. That's lasted us for quite some time. Because the weather here has been unpredictable, we've had fog, heavy rain, I wanted to make sure I brought a tarp with me. So I have a tarp that's new to me called the Wild Venture Tarp. It's by the Wild Venture Company. It's 9.8 feet by 9.3 feet, so quite a large tarp, and it fits our tent very nicely. And our site was a little awkward. There's trees kind of all in different locations, and so I was really happy that the tent itself came with 8 of those basically really long reflective guy wires, so about 10-foot long guy wires, about 8 of them. And it came with lots of different pegs, so 8 for the soft ground, 8 for the hard ground. We didn't need to use those, we just tied it to the tree. And it really has held up during the rainstorms that we've had, especially overnight in the fog. The rain just rolls off of it and has kept our tent very dry. Like, I didn't trust the mech tarp that we had for the tent itself, the fly. So that's why I put the Wild Venture tarp over top of it, knowing the weather was going to be kind of iffy on our trip. The tarp itself packs down to a little over 2 3/4, well, about 2 3/4 pounds, and it's pretty small, and all the gear kind of fits in there, so that's really nice. I also have another tarp with me on the trip, 12 by 16 footer that we have for the picnic table. It's one I had from Canadian Tire, but it's really bulky, and there's like no chance at all that we're going to be able to pack it back up into our bags. So it's really handy to have something like the Wild Venture tarp on your trip, because basically you can pop that down really nicely and fit it in your pack, versus say a tarp you get from Canadian Tire or another outdoor store or something like that. I'll put a link down below to all the products I've discussed in the video, or as many of them as I can find for you, in case you're interested in taking these things on one of your camping trips. So we have a couple of sleeping mats that we have with us. One I like, it's the Teton. It's a nice thickness. It's hand pump with a small hole that you can kind of blow into, which is fine. It's comfortable. I believe it's waterproof, and it packs down really small, so that's great. I've only had to refill it once on this week-long camping trip, so that's a bonus. One I bought for myself that I really don't like is the Woods Revo. It's small. It packs down nicely, but I found that I had to basically fill it up by hand, and it took quite a while. Basically, it comes with this little satchel that you catch air in, and then you kind of clip it closed and then sort of roll it up to pump it up. The hole itself is this big to fill, so you have no option of using your mouth to fill it up quicker. And it's deflated 2 or 3 times now on the trip, and that mat costs about $130, so I'm not impressed with that. I'll probably be taking it back. So I ended up using the Teton more frequently on the trip. I'm used to having those self-inflating foam mats, which I really like, but I had to go and get another one because a bear chewed up my other foam mat. But honestly, the way I'd go next time is again get another one of those self-inflating foam core mats. I think they're great. They're just bulky. That's the only downfall of them. So anyway, whatever. It is what it is. However, I've still been getting a good night's sleep because we're getting a lot of activity out here, and it's been really enjoyable. Towels that I highly recommend for your trip are MSR, the personal pack towels. They dry really quickly. They're almost like a chamois, they're very thin, they're very light, they pack down. And you can get them at Mech or probably REI in the US, and they are fabulous, and they dry out really fast. So here we've got them out in the rocks after enjoying a nice day out swimming. So this is a definite must if you're going out camping and you want a light pack towel. In terms of backpacks, my favorite is for a little day trip, for example, is this little Mech Mountain Equipment Co-op day pack. It's got lots of pockets in it. I also have my water bladder in there. I find that essential when you're on the trail, so you don't have to open up a pack and try to get out your water bottle and make a mess. This is really easy. There's a hole in the back of the backpack right here where you can see the bladder comes out. It's got a nice little waist strap here. Got a little pack in the back here. It's got a little zippered pocket up here, and inside there's lots of space for gear. It's a very comfortable pack. I've had it for years, and it's nicely padded too and breathable, so you don't sweat to death while you wear it. A new pack for us is this Gregory pack. You can see the brand there, it's Gregory. And I never heard of this brand before, but we were looking for a pack that would be good to take on an airplane as a carry-on. And it's advertised as such. So it's basically a backpack, but it fits the exact carry-on specifications for planes. And it's got lots of pockets, a pocket up here with a key pouch. And then you flip it over, you can see it's very breathable right here. You can open it up here like a duffel bag, and you've got fits lots and lots of gear in here. We got our snorkels, got some methyl basically, so we can use our little stove there. It also opens up from the bottom and here at the top. So lots of access points. Again, it totally fits the requirements for a carry-on bag for a plane. So you can use this when you're traveling, or you can also use this out in the field. One thing we don't like about it is that it doesn't have a waist strap. So it's got like the backpack straps right here, but it does not have support for you around your lumbar area. So that it's a little bit of a negative on it, but overall the pack is great. Another bit of gear I recommend is any form of these dry bags. Okay, this is a clear dry bag. What it does, you put your gear in there, you roll it up at the top, and then you're going to use the clips to clip it together, just like so. So basically now your pack is considered airtight. And there's many different companies that make these. I think they're awesome, especially when you're in an area like this where there's, you know, lots of water, and you know, you're gonna be, you know, dragging gear across. You don't want to drop anything, get it wet. You know, you can use it if you're canoeing. But the other little known use of one of these bags, I think it was Pine Martin that taught me this trick, is basically you can use it as a laundry sack. So you can put your laundry in here with some water, a bit of soap, and then you just kind of like close it up like that, smash it around. It'll end up washing your clothes, and then you can put some clean water in there, shake it around again, and instant wash machine. So it has multiple purposes. I really like it. And again, it's any dry bag. This is the 20-liter Seal Line brand, but any bag really works well. Another thing I have when I've been camping, just to bring along on short day trips, is this little titanium stove. It fills up with methyl hydrate, and so basically you fill it in this little pour here at the top, and you can fold out these little arms or fold them in to balance your pot. I mean, I wouldn't advise it for anything more than just, you know, boiling a cup of coffee, or, you know, using your little Stanley cup set, which I have here, which is also another awesome product I'll get into. Basically, it boils water in about 15 minutes from one little fuel fill up of the methyl hydrate. One thing that I don't like about it is it's a little bit tippy, and so a few times I've actually tipped it over and the methyl spilled out and it's caught on fire. So if you're using that, be really safe, put it on a rock, and beware of its limitations. Footwear for my trip that I've really enjoyed are my Solomon and trail hikers, my trail runners. They are awesome. The terrain here is really rough. There's rocks, there's roots, there's holes, and slippery rocks at that, and they've really held up well. So here's a shoe right here. And the one thing I wasn't sure about with them was the quick tie lacing. The cable right here rubs against your leg, but if you stretch out the shoes and wear them as often as I have, the cord stretches out and it doesn't rub against your body too much, so I like them. The tread is really aggressive, and so it's excellent for grabbing onto things, lots of good grip. So it's the Speed Cross 4 is the model that I have, and they're Gore-Tex, so they're waterproof. So they're really awesome for, you know, going through some of the little rivers and ravines and creeks that I've gone through on the trip. My husband's been enjoying wearing 5 Fingers hikers, and they're really good. The only thing is that you got to worry about is if you get your toe kind of caught in a root or something like that, because your toes are fully mobile within the shoes, but they're very grippy. You can go in and out of, like, you know, they're a hybrid. They can go in the water, on land. They're really good shoe, lots of good traction there. I talked about the Stanley Cup set earlier. This is one of my favorite pieces of gear, and it folds out like that, and you can you know, make soup or coffee. Inside of it, it comes with these little green cups. Green Cup Club people, you know what I'm talking about. So there's 2 of them in here, and it holds a little over 20 ounces of liquid. So it's just really good to have over your campfire. I really like it, and it folds up like that, nice and compact for your pack. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed my review of the gear. Let me know what your favorite camping gear is down below in the comments. I hope you guys have a great week as always. Take care.